Now, there's two ships I can call a dream ship. The Endeavour and the Polaris. The Polaris is a sleek, aggressive, fast ship that packs a punch and gets the hell out of there. Not only that, the Polaris is your first way into capital ship class to capital ship size, and it also has the ability to deploy light to medium ship fighters into the battlefield. So in this episode of my thoughts, I'm going to be talking about stats. I'm going to be a little bit of its stats, and then I'm going to be talking about its main purpose and its main role in the verse. And then I'm going to talk about its secondary purpose, what other people can think about the ship, and then I'm going to come to a conclusion. So let's start with its stats then. So the SUR cargo is about 216. What's for that size ship isn't that great. The Caterpillar does like over double that. I mean, a Starfarer is more than that, but you're not really using it for cargo. The crew it says minimal of 6, but it says 14 as max, but I think they've also shown it as 24 at one point. That's CIG stats page for you. The power plant, you get one power plant that's capital size. You get 2 coolers that are large, 2 large shields, and again I thought they said they had 3 large shields, but it says it here, 2 large shields. And the most importantly, it has size 10 torpedoes. That is its main that's what it's more known to for a lot of people. It has 7 per rack, and it has 4 racks, so that's 7, 14, 28 torpedoes. So it packs a punch with, I think, one of the biggest size torpedoes in the game. So you have a small capital size ship that has big torpedoes, the biggest in the game, size 10 torpedoes. What are you going to be using this for? Or who's going to be using this for? So the main purpose of this ship is that for the PU is big orgs that are going to want to be in big fights if that's ever possible, and they're going to want to use the ship to take out the big javelins and the Idrises. A lot of people look at this as like, oh, but what about the Ares? I think the Ares is going to take time to take these big ships out, and I think the Ares could be actually better off attacking the Polaris or attacking the Hammerheads, and then they might send in their Polaris to go in and torpedo run the big javelins, the big Idris, and basically do damage straight off the bat. So I think big orgs are still going to want to look at this ship, even though the Ares is a thing now, because this is a ship that's going to be taking out these javelins, taking out these Idrises a lot quicker, and do a lot more damage. And I still don't think the Ares is going to be able to take out these big ships as effectively as what this Polaris can do. Yeah, it's still a high crew count, so the Ares you might only need 5, 6, 7 guys to in a squadron of Areses, where it says that it needs about 24 people to be fully crewed. But it's still a big thing to think about for big orgs, when crew size actually doesn't matter too much because you've got so many people in your org. Now, what this ship is, as well as what I don't think a lot of people think when they think about a capital ship, is this is a fast and quick ship as well. We don't have the stats on it right now, but it's been said that this is a quick ship. It's supposed to go really quick and take its torpedoes out and get the hell out of there. So it's very mobility. It's got a lot of mobility, and give that with the hangar that it has. This could be a very deadly ship in the battlefield. It could deploy its medium fighter out and then go and do its torpedo runs and quickly get out of there and restock. The medium fighter could come in and restock really quickly and then get back out in not in harm's way, that like an Idris or a Javelin might have to do. The Javelin's like really bad with its hangar. The Idris is it's going to want to be stuck in a fight, so if fighters want to come in restock, they've got to be getting a fight. When a Polaris, you can actually probably do a torpedo run, get out of there, get out into a bit more safe space, and then just do the restock and come back, and you're still going to not miss the fight, basically. But of course, I'm just speculating here on how fights are going to be, how fights are going to work out. I don't know. I'm not in a big org either, so I don't even know how this is all gonna play out. This is just me speculating and thinking, okay, this is what could happen. This is what could happen. So that's really its main purpose when it was built, and it's built to basically be a huge torpedo runner. And I think it's for the PU, it's going to be more effective at torpedo running in big orcs. Now for its kind of like secondary purpose, or its other purposes that you could have this for. Well, for small orgs, so let's just think about it. If you're a small org or a crew size of 30 maybe at max, this is a very good option for you to go and have basically a base. Basically have a lot of your org members be able to do a multi-crew and have all this stuff in one big ship. It's could show your power as a small org. You could also might join into these bigger orgs. Maybe you're friends with a big org member, and your big org member says, okay, we're going to be fighting this other org at this place at this time. Can we borrow your Polaris? Can we actually just basically use you as an assistant and some help? That could be an option for small org members, as having the Polaris is a good fighting ship as well, and for small orgs, this would be perfect. It's not like a javelin where you got to get a crew size of like, I don't know, 100 or 200 that thing needs. So yeah, so again, for small orgs and even for bigger orgs, this could be a patrol vessel. It can patrol your space. It can patrol your cargo. Let's say you've got a squadron of whole E's, like big cargo vessels, or you got some Orions going out and tackling some big asteroid fields. This could be a good option to just go over there and help them out and protect them. I'm very sure if a pirate squadron comes over with 5 things, going, okay, we're going to take out this Holy, we know how to take these things out, and then in the back they just see a huge Polaris that could basically one-shot them with these big torpedoes, and then deploy their medium fighter to come and help. They're probably going to back away and like go, okay, well, let's go for an easier target then. And on the talks of the hangar, it's also a deployment again for this base thing. Is you can deploy your ships. This is this one little hangar is very big. I think it's the reason why a lot of people like the Kraken. It's because they can now deploy their ships. They can deploy a lot of ships very quickly. And that's the reason why I think the Aegis is probably, in my opinion, more likable than the Javelin, is because it can also deploy quite a lot of ships. So the last thing that I think this ship could be very good at is aid. The ship in the lore is said that it went and gave aid to a lot of planets that was just attacked by the Vandal. In Fleet Week, there was the hologram of the Polaris, and in the like tablet, or like the little bit where you can read some of the lore, it actually said this. I think I have footage of that. And yeah, so that's an option. We don't know how aid is going to be in the game, or how they're going to implement it in a game, or if they are going to implement it in a game. I think if it does get implemented in a game, we'll see it late. We'll see it like, I think we'll probably even see exploration before we see aid really be implemented into the game right now. So, but this is going to be one of the best ships to do it. It's a capital size ship that can defend itself if it does get attacked while giving aid. I think if you actually read the lore of the Crusader, Hercules, that was under attack for giving aid. So you do want to have a ship that can defend itself. If you're just doing aid gameplay. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Aid gameplay. But yeah, that's just what I'm trying to say, is you want a ship that also can defend itself, not just have a big hull, hold C, for example, or was it a big ship with a lot of cargo. You want a ship that can defend itself as well. So the Polaris can do that. It has a cargo. It has some way to defend itself. It has a deploy medium fighters if it does get under attack. So yeah, the aid gameplay could actually be an option for the Polaris, and I really hope that this is it. Just gives us more and more things to just say, yeah, okay, let's get the Polaris, because I really like the ship. I think it'll give more options for the Polaris. So what is my conclusion of all of this? So my conclusion, if you want to buy this ship, you want to really think of what you're going to do with this ship. Are you in a small org? No? Okay, so do you need this ship? Not really. Probably think about getting it when it comes out in game, and there's a lot. It's in basically beta and stuff. So probably think about getting it then, where maybe in the future you might have a lot more people playing with you. If you're in a small org, do you want this ship? For sure. This ship is a good option for you. Like I just said, and the reasons why I just said it, it's a base basically that a lot of your friends in your org might really want. But if you're in a big org, should you get this over certain areas? Of course you should get this over areas. I think this is still the better option to taking out bigger capital ships. I think this is what the ship is built for. It's not built to it's built mainly to take out big capital class ships like the Idris, like the Javelin, and if you're in a big org, this is still something what you should be thinking about buying. Even though in Fleet Week it was sold out, I think like really quickly in 2 seconds or something. Not exactly 2 seconds, but you know what I mean, like really quickly. So obviously a lot of people like this ship. But yeah, I think for this ship is mainly built to be taking out big capital ships. So if you're in a big org, think about actually taking a ship and buying a ship instead of the Ares, because the ship's going to be better at doing it. I would rather have, if I was a Javelin pilot, I'd rather have a squadron of Ares coming at me with their guns than having a big Polaris coming straight for me with size 10 torpedoes coming straight at my face. So that's just my opinion in that. I don't know about you. Would you rather have the Ares? Would you rather have a Polaris coming at you? But in my opinion, I'd rather have the Ares shooting at me instead of the Polaris. So yeah, I think in conclusion, that's what that ship is for. But there's still some options. It's not just for that. There's still some options for smaller orgs. However, if you're by yourself, or if you're in a small, really small org that probably only has like 10 players, you probably want to think about something else. Think about going a bit smaller than that, like a Carrack. There's a Carrack that's been told to be like a small base. I think that would probably be your option if you are in a really small org, or you're just with your friends at that point, basically. Yeah, I think they've also said in one of the Calling All Deaths or something that if you are trying to do this by yourself, if you're trying to man a Idris by yourself, financially it's just going to ruin you, because you have to like supply all this stuff for it. So yeah, I think if you're really if you're like 10 below, think about getting a Carrack, in my opinion. However, I think this is a very good ship. I think you should be buying it if you're in a big or small org, and a size that's probably about 20 up. I think you should be technically 11 up. You should be thinking about this ship and thinking about buying this ship or collecting money to get for your main top man to buy the ship, in my opinion. So this is my talk about the Polaris. Of course, thank you for watching. Stay safe out there. Like if you like the video, dislike if you actually hated this video. Comment if you want your opinion on the Polaris. I will I generally reply as quick as possible. If it comes in the comments, I had a guy who commented on my FA Lightning and it didn't actually go on. I only saw it in the notifications. I wasn't able to reply. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and goodbye.